Joining us today is Dr. Ken King, Chief Executive Officer at the Gladstone Economic and Industry Development Board. He'll be speaking at IIR's Gladstone Resources Industry Update, which takes place on the 21st to 22nd of June 2011 in Gladstone. Hello Ken, thanks for joining us.
Hi, James.
First of all, why is Gladstone such a key part of Australia's resources development?
Well, the Gladstone region is a key growth area within Queensland and recognised accordingly by the Queensland Government. The region has seen now some 6 decades of industrial growth with a focus on sustainability and a long-term planning horizon. And planning to establish Gladstone as a CSG LNG export hub has been ongoing for the last few years. And this activity will be a first for Gladstone and indeed a first for Australia, and will be a key economic driver for both Gladstone as the key growth centre for Australia's eastern seaboard.
Can you run me through the current and future proposed large-scale industrial development projects that are currently being planned in Gladstone?
Sure. Notwithstanding the LNG plants, of which there are 2 currently under construction and some 6 plans, other developments include the current expansion by Rio Tinto Alcan's Yarwun alumina refinery, where they're building a world-scale plant. The expansion of coal export facilities here is under planning, and over the next few years will be a significant construction project for the Wiggins Island coal export terminal. Boulder Steel is looking at the development of a steel mill in the region. We've still got approval for a multi-billion-dollar investment for Gladstone Pacific Nickel for a nickel refinery. The list is certainly quite long, but also to complement this industry development, there's a whole lot of work going on infrastructure development as well, in terms of the expansion of the rail yards to supply the expanded coal export facility, road upgrades, and the largest dredging project that's been undertaken in Australia in the Gladstone port.
Can you let me know a bit more about the current status of the 2 approved LNG plants and what their potential impact will be on the region?
Yes, the 2 plants that have been currently approved, Queensland Curtis LNG and Gladstone LNG, have both achieved financial investment decision by their respective project proponents and have started construction. The first of those was Queensland Curtis LNG, backed by the BG Group, and the second, most recently approved mid-January, was the Gladstone LNG, the partners being Santos, Total, Petronas and Kogas. So they've started their construction, and the APLNG, Australia Pacific LNG, will be looking for, I hope, a favourable decision from the Commonwealth Government for that plant to go ahead in terms of their EIS, which is currently with Minister Burke, for a financial decision there in the not too distant future. So certainly within the next 6 months, and by the time the conference is upon us in June, I would expect those 3 plants to be undertaking their initial construction phases. And these plants are fundamental to the future growth and development of the region. I think here we're looking at a further decade of unprecedented growth and development in the region.
And how are all of these regions' resource developments benefiting the wider community?
Well, it's interesting that most recently Gladstone LNG, as they went past their financial investment decision, provided a $2 million package to the community and to the local council here, recognising that there will be some impacts of their development, and following that, and I think there's more of that to come from Gladstone LNG, but most recently Queensland Curtis LNG announced a $50 million package that includes housing and accommodation that they'll build here in the Gladstone region, a community fund, and a range of other support elements to that package. So there is a great deal of benefit to the community from the individual proponents, but more broadly, it's the overall economic benefit to the region that we're going to see going forward. And as I said, realistically, that's going to be strong now for at least the next 10 years, if not longer.
You're speaking at IIR's Gladstone Resources Industry Update Conference, taking place on the 21st to 22nd of June 2011 in Gladstone. What will be some of the key aspects that you'll be addressing?
Well, my focus, James, will be on planning and coordination as key building blocks for growth and development in the region. As I said, 6 decades of planning and growth have already occurred, but I think it's important that we recognise that coordinated approach needs to be taken for local logistics activities, supporting the construction of large-scale industry in the region, and when coordinated well locally, construction logistics provides a significant opportunity for project cost savings, considerable regional economic benefit, with a lasting social and economic infrastructure development legacy for the region and for the community. So that continuing focus on Gladstone and the Gladstone region as Australia's model 21st century industrial location is underpinned by planning and coordination.
Dr. Ken King, many thanks for your time today.
It was a pleasure, James. Thank you.